Welcome to Category Management Knowledge Group's course preview on Advanced Analytic Techniques Relativity. There are different dimensions that need to be considered in advanced category analytics, driven by different data perspectives and views of the data. There are relationships between the different data dimensions that exist, and understanding these relationships and learning how to correlate the insights can result in a highly effective, multidimensional view of category or brand analysis. Here are the learning objectives for the full course. There are several hands-on workshops included that help students to practice their new learnings and learn to apply their new skills. We'll only partially cover these objectives in this course preview. Let's get started. Let's get started in the course preview. In the full course, we move to a level of advanced analytical techniques. At this point, there is an assumption that you already have a good understanding of competencies in identifying business measures and their sources, and in developing and reading scorecards. These are considered some of the foundations of analytics. You should also be able to interpret single measures and data points, and complete basic causal data evaluations. These are more intermediate analytics. Again, the balance of this training course assumes that you have competencies in these areas. Now we will explore multidimensional interpretations and opportunity identification. These are more advanced analytical techniques focused on leveraging the relativity of data, or understanding how to look at data points in relation to each other to create a broader perspective. First, we need to dimensionalize business driver results by determining whether the things that we're doing better than our competition are actually driving sales. In the full course, we review each of the core sales drivers from a threshold perspective to understand what appears to be generating higher volume gains within the category. Let's take a look at an example. First, let's look at baseline drivers. Baseline sales are driven by shelving, new products and distribution, regular price, and external drivers and marketing efforts. If you don't understand baseline and incremental sales in detail, you may want to review our Measuring Category Health Certified course, as we don't cover these more basic analytics in this course. We can measure SKU efficiency by looking at the number of items that each brand added in this period, as well as the dollar share of each item. These are indicators of efficiency. Let's look at how we can budget the results together to look from a different perspective for number of items point change. I'm going to show you a way to look at these results from a bigger picture perspective, which we can apply across different core sales driver measures. Our example includes some data measures related to product availability or SKU efficiency for a specific retailer. Any brands that have grown by less than 2 new items over the time period have their volume under the first 2 columns for this year and last year's sales. Any brands that have grown by more than 1 item over the time period have their volume under the last 2 columns. Next, I sum the brand volume for each of the different thresholds and compare their growth. So in this example, brands who brought in less than 2 additional items into the category grew by 6%, and those who brought in 2 or more items grew by 2%. So how do you establish the right thresholds? They are arbitrary, and you may need to play with these thresholds or use the category average as the threshold. Also, different measures may be relevant for different categories as well. You should include at least 1 measure across each of product availability, pricing, and promotion, also including baseline and incremental measures. I can then graph my results in a powerful visual to show that brands that are driving SKU efficiency are growing at 6.4% versus those that have added more than one SKU who are only growing at 1.7%. And an overall conclusion on SKU efficiency. Here's our second measure of SKU efficiency, which is dollar share per SKU. As a reminder, this measure is calculated by taking the dollar share for the brand divided by the number of SKUs carried by that brand. Looking at those brands that have greater than 0.65 share per SKU versus those with less than 0.65, we see that greater SKU efficiency, or a higher share per SKU, drives more growth. So in this example, brands that drive SKU efficiency are winning at the retailer and growing the total category faster. A simpler, more targeted assortment can lead to a simpler section to shop for the consumer. If they can easily zero in on the product that they're looking for, they're more likely to purchase it. Are they able to see your new items stand out in the assortment, or are they lost in the crowd? In net, efficiency can drive shoppability. So a next step may be to complete a full-blown assortment analysis to get an understanding of how to drive efficiency for the key brands in the category, based on the retailer's target consumer. In the full course, we walk through this methodology for this threshold approach across many other core business drivers. Then we also go a level deeper to determine which subsegments are driving promotion or assortment, and also to determine what item assortments associates with the best results. A similar type of analysis, using different measures, core drivers, and thresholds, can be developed for different categories. The important first step is to experiment and determine which measures, core drivers, and thresholds to use for each unique category. As category management has evolved over the last 3 decades, the retail selling process has shifted from a pure buyer-seller relationship based on personalities and deals to a more collaborative, we're in this together approach that looks at product offers and merchandising programs in the context of how do we grow the category business and increase return on investment for both sides. This need for collaboration is further driven by the new and expanding data availability that continues to evolve every day. This evolution requires additional skilled resources, tools, and more sophisticated systems to mine and analyze it and to validate results. Additional research capabilities are also required to study shopper behavior and develop insights, plus the need for more precise solutions such as store cluster and even store-level assortments, planograms, and merchandising programs. We've now completed this course preview on advanced analytics, which is relevant for many individuals and organizations in retail and consumer packaged goods, or FMCG. The rest of the course covers these emerging needs and trends and gets into detail about predictive analytics, including collaborative filtering, clustering algorithms, and other measures. In summary, this course covers thresholds analysis, multiple core drivers, and then talks about some of the different projects that retailers and vendors can collaborate on. In many cases, using the predictive models that we also reviewed to ultimate drive-winning shopper solutions that ultimately give return on investment to both retailers and vendors. This collaborative approach is necessary in our ever-changing complex world and presents an exciting opportunity in the future. So where do you go from here? If you're interested in purchasing the certified course, or working with us to help you determine multifunctional training opportunities for your organization, that will ultimately lead to improved skills in executing more advanced analytics in your role and for your organization, please contact us. We don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach, and will consult with you to ensure that what we deliver meets your specific needs and business issues. We hope to hear from you soon. Have an excellent day.